Let's talk about the material on worksheet 7.3, and this is probably the shortest. What they call the remainder theorem, and like I said on one of the other ones, you don't have to memorize what these things are called. You just have to know what to do with them. So the remainder theorem is basically just saying whatever the remainder is the same thing you would get if you did like f of. So say you subbed in the values. If I said, I'm just going to make up a real basic example. If I said f of x equals blah, 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 and I said, all right, I want to know what happens when x is equal to 3. Well, the typical way to do that would be to plug in the 3. 9 plus 3 plus 8, okay, 17. But there's a shortcut if we use synthetic division. And you can say, all right, well, if I do synthetic division with the 3, then what do we get here? We get 3, then we get 4, then we get 12. Oh, we get the 17, which is the same thing we would have gotten if we had plugged in the 3. 9 plus 3 plus 5 is also 17. So the remainder, that's why it's called the remainder theorem, is the same thing as if we plugged in the 3. So you're thinking, all right, that's no big deal. Why are you making such a big deal about this? Well, because when you're given something that's a bit more complicated, that you don't want to have to plug and chug and do the substitution, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to do it with the synthetic division. Like if I want to plug in -3 right here, -3 cubed, -3 squared, blah, it's just quicker. It's just a little quicker. The bigger the problems get, just a little bit quicker to go through it like this, doing synthetic division. So you get 2. So we would just say, okay, f of -3 equals 2, because that's the remainder. So that's just a lot quicker than doing it, the substitution, depending on how big the funky polynomial is. So that's really all there is to it. I think that's why worksheet 7.3 is so short. Just the remainder theorem. So technically, if anybody ever says, do you know the remainder theorem, you can say yes.